you guys actually found a way to make it to Portcullis, the first and predominantly peaceful port in the new realm of Assyria. You got kicked off the boat, but thankfully you were near land.
Did we get kicked off the boat?
It was basically that we don't want you here anymore.
Why? What did we do?
You don't know. Also, Bran really sassed the captain a lot.
Gotcha.
Right. You tried to get into a magical spa and you failed horribly. And then you drank at a piss-awful bar. And drank heavily. And then you finally actually got to redeem your vouchers and see what the whole big deal is here in Assyria. In which case, everything exploded, 90% of the populace died, and your ass got knocked unconscious.
Okay. Oh, damn.
Shit.
That's
you're level
plus
5
2.
now.
So we are at...
This is plus 3, man. Oh, something else. Never mind. Alright,
Which puts me
Unit,
at 60.
you and Armax and Bran held the East Gate.
He's good.
Yeah, against an ogre and a buttload of explosives. And the most annoying jesters on the face of the earth.
They really were annoying.
Yeah, especially since I screwed up on their save. Their save was only 12. It shouldn't have been 15.
Womp womp.
Those things shouldn't have hit you guys once.
I shouldn't have been laughing as much then. That's not... What the fuck?
Yeah, and I know. I didn't realize until afterwards. It's because when I put them in, they took the wizard save and the. I wish they were just in the fucking game so I could just do it like that. I double checked this time. And yeah, you held the East Gate and found that you saved most of the city.
Woo! We did it. We did it, guys.
Well, you were somewhere else.
No, we did it. It was a team effort.
Oh, damn it. Oh. Yeah, while you were supposedly unconscious, you actually found a way to wake your ass up. And Soit Crucifix power bombed a brazier onto a giant skull. I'm not even kidding you. That's the exact words I put into your fucking story I gave you.
Yeah.
So I figured you want to do fancy.
Metal as fuck.
And then, all of you were summoned back inside.
Efficiency bonus.
And I guess this is just kind of where everyone meets up. Right now, Armax and Bran are kind of getting repaired because they kind of got their ass kicked. Unit, you're sort of just guiding them along, seeing them get patched up. Chuck, you're being escorted down a hallway, just surrounded by fanboys now, talking about the man who powerbombed a giant.
Ass. Why
Man,
is
you
it
need a
telling me
coffee.
I'm only plus 6?
You really need a coffee.
Yeah, I just woke up, sorry. No,
So,
I'm trying to figure out why...
Go in and turn your proficiency on and off, and it should update.
Oh, I see. Thanks, Josh.
Yay. Oh yeah, because you have to use the custom one, and that's just... Ugh.
Womp.
Alright, and you were all summoned to meet the Duke of Portcullis.
I mean, do we have to?
Oh, trust me, you want to. Duke Robern. Now, Chuck, it's pretty easy. You're still in the castle, so it's a 2-3 minute walk over. You gotta climb up them fucking stairs again. So it's another 10 minutes before your heavy ass gets halted up. But eventually, you're all led not into the same burning, wretched hall, but you are led into what seems to be more like an observatory. It's got these nice glass windows that are overlooking the city proper, even though some of them have now been smashed. And what you do see is the same man you saw last night, but far more wounded and far more disheveled. You see this older human, probably late 50s, sort of matted black hair, kind of pulled up, and he's in what are essentially bathrobes. And even then, Chuck, you can see every time he tries to move his left arm, it's hard for him, and you can pretty much tell he got hurt pretty bad. But you can see him just sort of overlooking this oval oval table that appears to have a layout of the entirety of Assyria. This is where you actually get to see what this bloody place looks like. He's just staring at it away from the two of you. What would you like to do? Like, you just walked in and he just hasn't noticed. He's lost in thought.
I don't know. I stride manfully up to the dude lost in thought.
All right. You walk up casually as you did, and when you're about 10 or so feet from him, he just sort of raises his hand to hold you guys. He sort of slides over in his chair a little bit, slowly and painfully, and you can now see that there is a huge gash going down his chest, like he was impaled with a statue sword, something that's just infeasible to be wielded. And he just looks to you and say, "So, you're the ones who survived."
Well, it looks like it, yes.
Oh.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed. But I'd be damn rude if I wasn't happy for it. The first night, you couldn't even give us a fucking week. No matter. I'm glad you all were able to do what you could. Even if there are so
Chuck
few
Manley
of you.
is currently bouncing his pecs back and forth.
And you can see there's a
He's got his
handmaiden over in the
bald
corner
fists
swooning.
on his hips. Yeah, he's got his bald fists on his hips. He's just, bouncing his chest back and forth.
Well, I presume if you haven't run to the ships yet, you're still wishing to stay. Couldn't
Well,
tell
you're
you
thinking
why.
we would get some kind of reward for saving the city.
Oh yes, my good man. Yes.
There should be something. But for right now, I wanted to continue the speech that treacherous bastard tried to give. And give a formal welcome to you. And a call for help. Abgor has been terrorizing all of the settlements here, and even the 3 major ports. And I fear that he's close to something. His nonsense of ending whatever it is that seems to drive him blisteringly mad. It's coming close. If he was willing to send a fraction of his army just to storm here, all the way from the frigid depths up north, then I can only imagine what he'd do if he had enough time to rebuild. I had hoped to have an army of you, a battalion at the least, but I'll take a few dozen.
Army of what? What is he talking about?
All
Where
the
are they talking
heroes.
about?
Okay.
The heroes.
Is
Everyone who
he still talking to us?
Were we the only ones who showed up?
No. Actually, hold on. Let me show you. You know, hold on. I got to maximize this.
Were we the only ones who are awesome?
Oh. Nope, wrong one.
Yes, I think we're the only ones.
This is what you showed. Every person at a table is a hero. Or received the voucher of some manner.
I still see the map.
Oh, sorry, that was for me. Alright, Chuck, this is what you kind of missed.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
This is everyone who showed up.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, none of them are as manly as Chuck Manley, though, right?
This is 3 minutes after it all happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had fun. Alright.
Was that me standing on a table screaming at the top of my lungs as I punched things?
No, you were unconscious at the time.
Damn it.
I didn't know what to do with you.
It's
It's literally it.
He's like, he drank himself into a coma. We're not even sure what happened.
No, you got hit with a delayed fireball. Those vouchers
what?
you were carrying were actually explosives.
Oh.
Probably should have checked them at some point.
Delayed firewall wouldn't have been enough to unseat Chuck Manley from the reins of his own consciousness.
True, but narratively, it did help us progress. Also, I imagined it was in your back pocket, so it just launched you straight into the ceiling.
Oh, that's fair, I guess.
But regardless,
You got a slight bump on your forehead there.
Right.
Yeah. But you look fine. Even after all this, it's just like, it hurt.
That's unfortunate.
Well,
Excuse me, waking up still. Alright, let's go.
the offer still stands. If you are willing, I have a tremendous task to ask of you. The same I've asked all the few who have decided to stay. Not to serve, but to protect. These lands are full of chaos, so long as the Emperor of Calamity, as he prefers to call himself, decides to run these beautiful lands into the ground. And furthermore, he just sort of takes like a deep breath in, just kind of sighs a little, and so I ask of you, are you willing to stay? And be, oh yeah, name drop, Knights of the Amarant Court, an extension of the peace I had hoped this port would bring. And maybe, just maybe, the hope we need to defeat that bastard. You've seen what he's capable of, and what he's willing to go through. I will not disparage you if you wish to leave. There is still one ship left, the last ship that Port Cullis will see for months. If you wish to leave, you may do so, and we'll even give you something for at least protecting the city. But I ask if you are willing to do so much more. He just sort of like lays his head down in his hands. Like, the stamina of this is actually getting to him. Chuck, you can see that the bandage that he has is actually starting to bleed a little.
I'm sorry, I had to cough there. What was the thing I noticed?
Both of you are noticing this. The bandage that he has wrapped across about this huge wound he has across his chest, it's starting to bleed a little. Like, this is just too much for him.
I slap him on the back of the shoulder and go, sure, we'll take up the offer. Or, I will at least.
Good.
You are greeted with wheezing in response.
Actually, you're greeted to 3 or 4 guards that you didn't see in the room, just stepping up a little.
I uppercut the closest one.
They are not close enough, and no.
You don't sneak up on Chuck Manley, alright? Just something you don't do.
That's fair, and I'll remember that. But regardless, after the...
Hey, can I sneak up on you? Sure you can!
Damn it. Damn it. Hold on, I gotta write something down.
Input, sure you can joke, next event.
Well, after he sort of catches his breath and just sort of waves off a couple of the guards. One of them you actually remember, Yanit. It's Horace. He's the one closest to you. Close being operative. Yeah. The Arakocra and the full plate.
Oh yeah, the one I still can't figure out how he flies.
Yeah. And he just sort of just leans back into the shadow again. So, what do you say?
Well, so you want us to beat up a bully for you? Is basically what you're saying.
In words, yes, and far more.
Well, I don't know.
I would need you to be the strong arm this land needs.
I don't know about everyone else, but I'm gonna need a few things before venturing forth.
I treat my knights with far more than respect. If that means anything.
Well, I'd like to maybe raid your armory for a few things.
Alright, seeing this, he's just sort of gonna point to one of the men over there, and they're going to bring out a chest. It's a very small one, larger than the one you have in your fanny pack right now. And he's just going to crack it open in front of you. And
What's in the box? What's in the box?
And you can see that there's many things. You can see a spell scroll tube. You can see what looks like a more potent sort of potion than you've seen before. An odd-looking robe. It's apparently patchwork and knotted. You can see a small leather bag. And a set of what looks to be a full leather armor set. And he just places it down in front of the four of you, basically. And says...
I'm back, sorry about that.
And says, I will ensure that I can do what I can to pursue your own objectives. But if you help protect this city and these people, they will reward you in kind. So I ask again, will you all serve as knights in the Amarant court?
I'm assuming this knighthood comes with, benefits.
You're literally looking at a giant chest full of magic items.
That I'm going through right now.
You're
looking at it.
Nope, I'm going through it.
Yeah. The guard carrying it just sort of shuts it for a moment. He's waiting for your response.
Yeah, dude, I'll fucking not do that. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll take care of your bully problem, but just give me the chest.
Take care of your bully problem.
The Reburn just kind of chuckles a little as the guard literally kicks the chest across the floor and it slides to you.
Alright, now, what's in here again?
I'll tell you in a quick minute. I have it actually written down. He says, now, rest. The barracks on the west side. I had prepared them to house a few hundred. So you should have ample space now. Rest, and in the morning, my wife will give you more details. I need to go rest. And you just see this man sort of pick himself up, but then two guards just come in and just start walking him away. More of the blood you can see just starts dripping across the floor as he leaves. And that's when you guys are escorted out.
That's just unsanitary. Let's go through this chest.
Alright, so I presume you're just going to let the guards escort you to the barracks?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Alright, they're going to get you situated in a quaint little... I'm just going to say clubhouse, basically. They sort of sectioned them off. And there's a couple beds, there's a storage, closet. And there is a window that sees stone. It's literally pointed towards the castle, so you really can't see much. And that's when Bran and Armax are going to crash. And the two of you now have a chest. You may now look through it.
Sweet.
What's in?
Hold on. Now, then, looking through it, you do find a spell scroll tube. You find a you do find another potion that looks far more potent than the one you found on the ship. You found a patchwork set of robes that appear to be hastily put together with weird sort of patches all over it. A small leather bag that has a bit of weight to it, and a set of leather armor. The leather armor actually has these sort of blue aqua sort of gemstones all around it instead of riveting.
Mine.
Alright, you're just gonna put it on?
I'll cast Identify and all this stuff first.
Okay, just had to ask, because you never know what might be cursed. Alright, I'll start with the one you're interested in.
Oh, he knows.
The aqua blue armor pulls off this magic. It is a set of plated leather, or not plated, padded leather, but it is mariner's armor. You have a swim speed equal to your movement speed, and if you ever fall unconscious underwater, you immediately move 60 feet up every 6 seconds.
Sweet. So, what stats does that go off of?
It's the cheapest of cheap leather armor. Wait, what did you ask?
Just the stats they go off of so I can put it in.
Oh, it's basically padded leather.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
padded leather armor. Oh, I would dig that then, because I only wear light armor.
Well, it's definitely useful for someone who's not very good at swimming or not confident in water.
That would be me for 100%. I am actually petrified of water.
Well, then I want to get some armor somewhere else. So I need some armor.
All right. Well, don't forget you still have the loot you got from the fight.
Well, what was in that? I don't remember that.
One of you should have written it down.
I'm not the secretary.
You were the one who looted. All right. Hold on. Now I gotta go double check my notes.
Oh, well, you mean all that stuff that we were gonna sell?
No. You still need that stuff, but the ogre had stuff on him too. Remember? He had...
No.
Yes. Oh no, Armax did it while you were busy kicking a goblin to death. Never mind. Armax found seven like green emeralds. He found another potion of healing, and that's where you got the spell scroll of pyrotechnics.
Oh yeah, he took that.
Keep it to him. All right. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I gave it to him. He took that.
All right. So mark that down somewhere. The notes here are handwritten, so I can't copy and paste them to you. All right. Let's see. I assume you're going to identify everything else?
Well, sure.
All right. The leather bag is a bag of holding.
Nice.
And the robe is actually very magical. It is a robe of useful things. And it currently has 2 patches on it that have a diamond on them, 2 patches that are of a ladder, 2 patches that are just a black circle, a patch that is an iron door, and a patch of a dog.
I throw it over the bird.
All right. I guess Armax will hold on to that.
Well, I mean, can't he wear it?
Well, yes. I mean, it is just standard robes. But casting Identify on it, you do know that you can remove the patches to gain the benefit or the items that are associated with them. Specifically, the patches that have gems on them contain money. The Mastiffs will produce 2 dogs that are loyal to you. There's even one that seems to have 4 potions of healing on it. The 2 will produce 2 ladders. The iron door you can actually place into a doorway and it'll seal it. And the 2 holes are pits you can place in any environment to create an instant pit. Alright.
It's not my kind of thing. I just want some weapons and armor, dang it.
Alright. Then you also get a green healing potion, or greater healing potion, and a spell scroll of Pass Without Trace.
I'll take those.
Alright, add them to your inventory. And then, if there's anything else you want to, try and do, we can't just get some rest.
I mean, I didn't have anything, but I'm also pretty pretty behind the curve on what's going on.
You got to Portcullis, and when you went to go meet
Sweet.
the Duke to see why he summoned you all here, the arch nemesis called Abgor, the self-proclaimed Emperor of Calamity, showed up, tried to poison everyone, failed, tried to kill the Duke, almost succeeded, and then blew everyone to hell and back. Where there were 50 heroes, there is now maybe 9. And that's also when he had his armada sort of siege the entirety of Portcullis. Yeah.
Do you want to carry the bag of holding? Because I got my own fanny pack.
I mean, yeah, I can.
Alright, then mark that down.
Let's see. So we had the robe, the armor, the bag of holding.
Yep. Now, it is fairly late, so getting some rest would be kind of optimal. All of you would be close to pushing exhaustion at this point. Especially after the injury some of you have sustained. But
What injuries? What?
you actually do hurt. Your abs hurt tremendously from all the laughing you had to do.
That's a good point. Yeah, and my stupid browser keeps locking up.
You also got stabbed twice. But one of them didn't work. He literally got stabbed, flexed his muscles, and the dagger just moved out of the way. Alright. Well, what'd you guys like to do?
I mean, I'll go rest.
Yeah, I mean we can sleep, I guess.
Alright. Then you all get a night's sleep. And Zach?
What?
Please make a note in your inventory next to the bag of holding and put a 1 next to it.
1?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. The night is far from restful and far from peaceful, as parts of the city you could still smell the smoke burning. Though the crying has died down and some of the guards seem to be pulling in for the night. And your minds are still filled with the chaos that you witnessed the last night. All of the bodies being torn and mangled, blood smeared and burned, with just the single vision of Abgor just sitting there, just cackling like mad. Actually, Yanit, would you have used your thing or not?
Oh, the bedroll? No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Then as time passes, the next day arises. The next day comes. And it is roughly around noon when all of you seem to get the energy to come back up. Bran and Armac said they're going to go get a drink in the local pub. And the day is yours. You do get a guard that comes by and says that later in the afternoon, the Duchess would like to speak with you. Other than that, your time is yours until then. So, what would you like to do?
I want to go do a little quick shopping trip.
Alright, what are you looking for and how?
Well, I'm looking for some leather armor and some scimitars.
Alright. Basic armor and weapons you can pretty much find at their base price. So you can just mark that down if you want to try and haggle the guy.
No, I'm good. I'll just pay for it. Okay.
Alright, then mark those down. You can add those. And those, see, walking around town, you are amazed at what actually has happened. There are craters and pockmarks in the cobblestone roads everywhere. Let me change scenes. And it is it's reassuring to know that even though so many buildings were on fire, so many are still standing. But the once bustling cities or the once bustling city that you saw before, is now just sort of overcome with this wave of melancholy. People are still doing their jobs, but you don't see a smile or smirk, or even the hint of good music or fine dining as you did the day before. Chuck, was there anything you wanted to try and do?
No, I didn't have anything.
Because yeah, you really can't use much.
Nope.
Alright. Well, you still have the rest of the day. If you want, you can just chill at the Salty Cup. You want to just accelerate things.
That's fine.
Or if you wanted to try and go spend any of your stuff, or sell some of your stuff. Because currently a lot of your wealth is in gems.
I am not a charismatic person. That is not my job. I am not a... Chuck Manley does not haggle. Haggling is beneath his station.
Yeah, I kind of want to give that to the bird to do the selling.
Fuck, I do not know what to do with him just not being here. Yeah, you know what? Through mixed words and a few flybys, he's able to sell that stuff. The stuff in your fanny pack, just turn it into gold and hold on to it for right now. Or split it between everyone if you can.
Oh, okay. There's, what, 4 of us?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's just 50 gold apiece then.
Alright, there you go. I don't really know what to say.
I mean, unless somebody wants this weird tchotchke stuff.
No, not really.
It's mostly just trade goods and art. Like
It mostly just satisfies Matt's.
What? You cut out and I feel offended.
You should.
Damn you, Chuck. Alright. But yeah, even casting Identify on it, there wasn't anything of particular value. But there are still other shops available. You still haven't actually explored the town. There's still the Ethereal Waters if you wanted to try and get a spa treatment again.
Yeah, Chuck Manley will have his packs worked on.
Yeah, I
by
could
the,
definitely use.
by the loveliest masseuse that they have on board.
All right. Well, as you walk up to the familiar door of the Ethereal Waters, with the finely carved mahogany door, you push in, and the cold wind and sweet-smelling saffron you smelled before is immediately cut out by just the sounds of crying, wailing, and the smells of blood and medicine. You look in to see that there are people being carted around by guards and by clerics and by other people, sort of being laid into water or set onto beds and are being tended to. What was once a beautiful spa is now being used as a triage. Though, to your luck, the same half-elven woman with the blue hair is still working at the desk, though her smile that she had before is currently gone and her hair is matted and destroyed. She sort of raises her head up into you and says, she doesn't raise her head up to you. She just sort of mentions you and says, "If they're critical, take them to the right, to the healing waters. If not, I'm afraid we have no room." At this point, she sort of tilts her head up.
So leisure massages are out of the question then. Unfortunate.
She tilts her head and says, "Oh, it is you from yesterday."
Then Chuck Manley kind of puts his balls his fists up and puts them on his hips and kind of puffs his chest out a little bit.
It's good to see that there are still some who can hold on to whatever joy they might have. But I'm afraid we cannot offer much right now, and even little still.
But, I mean, we worked really hard yesterday. We saved everybody.
Truly, I understand. And from what I've heard of what happened at the East Gate, we would be more than happy to repay you. But unfortunately... And she sort of gestures her head over, and you can see there are many a wounded individual, mostly civilian, that are being treated to by some of us. Even the large elven woman you saw from yesterday is sort of just moving people around and helping preserve and helping like close wounds, clean wounds, and the beautiful, beautiful blue waters that were before are just sort of tinged with red and are just draining off. So, even if we had the space, I do not think it would be wise to use what precious little water we have. There's... I'm sorry. This is not something you must worry yourself with.
I mean, if it's water you need, there's like a fountain in the center of town. Can't you put them in there?
I'm afraid you misunderstand. The waters that we use here are not ordinary waters. They are drawn from a small rift that we had constructed that lead directly to the elemental plane of water. It is from there we can draw in healing springs. This was never an ordinary area of recreation.
I see. I don't really understand how you're saying that. You should just, you know what? Give me a demonstration. Show me. Right here, on the shoulder. Right here, this shoulder.
All right. She just sort of like walks over to like one of the edges and she takes a small cup, puts it into the water itself, and she does something with her finger along the edge of the glass. It seems to clear up the blood a little. She goes over and she just sort of turns the cup just slightly and pours a little water on it. And you can feel it. It's warm to the touch. But it's not temperature. It's like a bruise healing, kind of. And you can see where the hobgoblin tried to kick you the other day. The coloration's starting to come back. It's not fast, but it definitely feels a lot better.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I meant this shoulder over here.
She just places the cup in front of you, and it's the cup of the water. And she just goes back into her desk and goes, and if we had more of it, we would be more than willing to share it. But we are trying to conserve it for the critical. There is only so many clerical and medical practitioners in the city now. And there's still far too many wounded that require it. What little we have. She just sort of like gives a sigh and just like... Both of you roll insight. She seems fairly distraught.
I think Chuck's a little distracted.
He's just doing the pose.
Chuck is exceedingly distracted at negative at the 0 there. I've never rolled a 0 in my life.
Welcome to my world. I rolled 9 times. All right.
I have a -1, and I rolled a 1, so I have a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Well, I am sorry we could not have been of more help. If there's anything else that you can require, I now have the time to answer.
No, I think we're good now. I think we're just saying, can't get freaking massage.
There's wounded literally surrounding you. It smells more of a morgue than it does a spa. I don't think you would want to get a massage here at this point.
If they had just practiced a little more, they wouldn't have gotten so hurt.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want
My
to try
fellow
and do?
makes a very good point.
Yes, the small children bleeding out in the pool should have trained harder.
I agree. You gotta start them early.
Right. Is there anything else you guys want to try and do?
What else is left in town? I mean, most of the stuff's been blown up.
Most of it is. There are chunks of it that are, but there is still a good chunk of the city that is still there. Mostly it was residential around the outer edges. Commercial, which is closer near to the port, is fairly okay. Like, I mean, you didn't explore the city, so you don't even know what's here.
You can play the PS4 if you want to.
Telling your cat to play PS4.
No, Christina's living here now.
Oh, okay.
In the bar.
We're moving in a week or two, so she's just moving her stuff over here, so it'll be easier because she lives out of town.
Cool. Alright. Well, I presume you guys are going to walk out of the ethereal waters.
Sorry, what about ethereal waters?
Are you walking out? Are you going to inquire more? Or you just...
I mean, am I beat up?
No,
You could be.
it's like, nothing compared to the individuals here.
Okay, good. Then I don't need to.
Alright, then if you guys are going to head out, you still have the rest of the day. Like, this is what I meant when I said...
Are you okay? Oh my god.
What happened?
She kung fu kicked my chair. On accident.
Take a d4 dip. No.
Take a what?
Jokes.
He said take a d4 damage.
Right.
Okay.
This is kind of like you're free to do as you please, like kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, I flagged down a little boy.
Oop. I mean, look,
Okay.
I'm not judging, but I would prefer you not indulge your fantasies while we're, doing on the clock.
Thankfully, I have this written down. There are currently no children that you can find. In fact, there are no children, no infirm, and the number of women is dramatically reduced. You get the impression... Huh?
You said there was a child inside the waters.
Yes, wounded. You do know triage means the thing that you use before surgery, right?
Well, it's not necessarily surgery. It's just, deciding who gets to get treated first.
Alright, then fault on me if I'm using the wrong word. The entire
I've seen
ethereal
MASH.
waters... It looked like MASH. That is the way I would describe it.
Alright, well, I flagged somebody down. Like, what else is there to do in this town?
I mean... See, alright, so you sort of flagged down, like, a local drunk who probably slept through the entirety of the night. Just, huh? I get drunk. No. There's some fun if you go to questionable confectionaries. There's always fun there. And usually it's the only house that blows up.
It's the only one that blows up.
Usually. Sometimes the one next to it.
I'm guessing they sell edibles. So
It's Baker Street. There. He just sort of points to it, and it's number 6. Like the map isn't to scale, but it's literally just down the road a little.
you want to go and get some cookies?
Yeah, we can go get cookies.
Let's go get some cookies.
Christina brought me a cookie. It was really nice.
All right.
Didn't bring enough for the whole class, I see.
No, Josh. No, we didn't bring any for the person in Michigan.
Well, we can fix that. So you're heading down the road and seeing more of the pockmarks, though it is a lot less over on this side, as this is where the east gate was. You can see that you held back the tide compared to some of the other sides. And then pulling over, you do see a small sign swinging in the wind that says questionable confectionaries. Although looking to the right, you can see a building that appears to have been rebuilt several times over.
That's fair.
Though it does have some fine construction with some nice stonework and whatnot. You enter in through the beaded curtain, and you get to here. Now tell me that worked.
Yes. I like the shelves. I want to look at the shelves.
All right. As you were entered it, you were greeted to the smell of sulfur, spices, and the color purple. Is the only way you can describe it. And you can see that this is less of the candy shop that you would initially assume, and it seems to be more some sort of concoctory of. It's a potion shop. It's a potion shop that has a lot of other things that's associated with it. Though the bright colors and smoke trails lead you to believe that they do a lot here. It's once you start getting close to the shelves, you can just hear over in the corner, "Oi! No touching unless you pay for it, moke." You look around and you don't currently see anyone.
Oh, okay. So things are just talking at us?
I mean, it seems like it.
Did that wall just talk to me?
I guess.
Hold on. And you just hear like the. You know the sound the barber's chair makes as it's ratcheting up?
Sure.
You hear that as behind the back counter, a small, dark-skinned gnome apparently cranks himself into frame. Fiery red hair and sort of a black leather trench coat. He has a sort of shifty look to him, and he even has several gold and several missing teeth, though he does have a surprisingly nice smile regardless of that. And he sort of leans up on the table with one elbow and says, "So, what are you looking for?"
I don't know what she's got.
Everything. Here in Assyria, you can get damn near anything if you can try hard enough. Me? I try a lot harder than most. That's why I opened up this questionable confectionaries. I got the cures to what ails you and the fixes for everything that don't. So you don't be asking what I got. You gotta tell me what your problem is.
Well, currently my problem is I'm being talked at weird by some weird tiny robed gnome thing.
I'm a deep gnome, you gray-skinned bastard. We ain't normally from around here, but people don't normally give a shit here. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. So, how about we get to some transactions? Because you're currently burning the daylight that the goblins didn't last night. Yeah? He's kind of looking at you, kind of irritated, but he still seems to be wanting to do business. You get the impression probably not a lot of people come in here.
Anything look good to you, Chuck?
No, not really. I don't know what I'm looking at, to be honest with you.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Like, if you're just giving a casual look, just go perception. If you're actually trying to find something, roll investigation.
Things Batman related.
Well, you look over to the shelf that you were initially thought was talking to you, and you do see a myriad of chemicals and tinctures. You can see cure for athlete's foot. You can see fertilized donkey. You can see makes plants grow purple. You can see that if half of these labels are true, this guy gets bored a lot and makes dumb shit, but he's probably pretty good at what he does.
Interesting.
You can find one that says turns gold into slightly better gold. No idea what that means.
Okay.
And
Got anything that would get like seasoning for chickens?
If you're looking for some of that stuff, I check the Bright Cauldron down the road. Me, I sell curatives and cures. And the occasional sweet tooth if you want that too.
Huh? Sweet tooth bar.
I got a couple things brewing up. Got some let's see, what do I got fresh? And he just sort of like looks around and he like literally pulls out a barrel and just uncorks it and just starts rummaging through it. Let's see, I got light as cotton candy. I got some red glares. Those are some hot sellers. Got some I got some sweet tooth rations, and just special today. Got this druid to finally fucking make me some couple good berries, and so I got some lifesavers and stuff. Good shit.
I want some of those.
Which ones?
The lifesaver.
All right, and he just reaches in, pulls out a jar, and puts it onto the table, and it does look like light, sort of light colored, sort of apple green kind of jawbreakers, kind of. Though as you sort of take a look at them, you can see them sort of move a little. These, big seller every time I could make them. They ain't just good for you; they're good to keep you alive. I had to use a couple of these last night to keep some of the guards awake. No, awake. They were bleeding out of their skulls. Please fix that.
How much?
5 gold a pop, brother. They're expensive. You gotta get a fucking druid to get half the recipe for this damn thing. But they're worth it.
I'll give you 1 gold a pop.
Just takes the jar, puts it back into the barrel. Anything else you want to look at?
Does he have any kind of like magic gloves?
Gloves? Once again, you gotta go to the Bright Cauldron for that kind of shit. Even if you can get the men to talk. That bastard gets all the best shit from every fucking sailor in town. They always go to fucking him to sell shit. What does he do? Sits on it. Jackass.
Okay.
You're not making it very hard to not leave here, so I think I'm gonna go to the Bright Cauldron.
Alright,
Right.
hold on. Ugh. Alright, I shouldn't be doing this. Even though technically I have a license for it. After last night, I had to crack into some of my personal stock. Some good shit. And he just reached into the counter and pulls out several sort of, not drink carriers. What do you call the things you would put, like, bottled soda in?
Oh, like glass bottles, or?
Yeah.
That's just glass bottles.
No, I mean the cardboard carrier that they come in.
Oh, it's just a drink carrier.
Alright, yeah, he pulls out 4 or 5 different kind of drink carriers. If you're looking to get into a fight, or if you want to survive one, I'm the man you want to talk to. I got healing drought, I got healing salves, I got potions of climbing, healing, fire breathing. Even got ones that let you operate underwater. They ain't cheap, but they'll save your life. I don't go anywhere without at least 2 or 3 of these. Especially the fire breathing one. Too many damn owlbears. Too many fucking owlbears in this country.
How much?
How much for which?
How about a 6-pack of mix and match?
Oh, damn you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. For a smorgasbord of them, I need to pull out a calculator. And he pulls out an abacus. He's actually kind of interested in making a sale. Let's see. 50, 100, 130, 180, 380. Alright. 240. I can get you a drought, a salve, so a little bit of climbing, a little bit of regular healing, some fire breathing, and I'll even throw in this greater healing just to top it off. I'm losing money on this deal.
You're losing more money than you think, because I'm gonna go and see what he's got next door.
Good
Damn,
luck with that.
Josh.
He just puts it back and just sort of waves you off. It's like, he doesn't even have the fucking license. Alright.
Sorry, but that was too much money.
I mean, you could have. They all had individual prices.
I wanted a 6-pack.
Yeah, you wanted a little bit of everything. Some of those potions are kind of expensive.
I'm buying in bulk, man. I'm buying in bulk.
Yeah, and he gave you a 45% discount. If you were to sell those wholesale, you'd make profit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't have that much money though. So.
Hmm?
Bye.
Yeah, it's your loss. Alright. So you're going to go to the Bright Cauldron, then?
Yeah.
Alright, this is gonna
Yeah, I
be
need
fun.
some magic gloves.
Alright. Alright. Well, it takes you a little while to kind of find it because it's not in the same area. But you do weave through a couple buildings and past what looked like a barn. And you do see a small shop. It has like two sort of magic, I keep saying I want to say brazier, but no, it's braziers that have actual crystals in them instead of fire.
Brazier, yes.
And it too also has a bead curtain. I presume you enter?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any reason why we wouldn't.
Alright. Alright, damn it.
Are we in like Marrakesh or something?
I found potion shop music.
Potion shop music.
That's literally it.
That's what it's called, literally.
Yeah. Well,
That's
this one
amazing.
is Legend of Zelda potion shop music.
Right.
This one actually does have sort of a more dedicated flair. It does have more miscellaneous items in it, and that is way too loud. And walking in, you do see a small counter, and you do see a dark-skinned sort of elven individual. Just went, my friends, welcome. This would be normally going at a business scale, but I'm staying open just for you. Whoa. What do you need? What can I help, eh?
I like this guy.
Yeah, this one doesn't hide behind counters and stuff.
I mean, I don't think that other guy had a choice.
He was a gnome.
That's what I'm saying. Josh holds gnomes to a high standard, apparently. See what I did there? High standard.
Get to shopping.
I'm looking for magic gloves.
He sort of leans into, I'm sorry, friend, we are not an armory. If you're looking for that, you're going to have to find somebody who sells it. Here.
I swear to God, somebody told us that you could help us, and like he was pretty insistent that you could do it because you were the best, but I guess not.
Okay. All right. What are you trying to do, my friend? Why do you need gloves?
I need to make my punches more punchier.
Okay. Mainlander.
Okay.
Mainlander. Let me explain to you how things at Kappa work. In order to sell anything of magic, you need a license. You need to be certified. I am not
Well,
certified.
I figured a salesman of your caliber would be certified.
We're in Port Cullis, my friend. Why do we need weapons? He says with the window behind him actually having smoke from
Like
another
shattered
building.
out. Yeah.
No, his shop is perfectly fine. In fact, that's the one odd thing these two shops had. They are seemingly untouched.
Oh. Huh.
I understand, but it's complicated. If someone were to try to sell something without the proper license, they could get in trouble. The last thing you want to do is get kicked out of Port Cullis, my friend. You don't work in the city of Slag, and you sure as shit do not go anywhere near the Emerald Glaive. Fuck those areas. Fuck the elves, fuck the dwarves, fuck the gnomes, fuck whatever the hell the elves are fucking. Fuck them all.
Jesus.
It's a lot of fucking.
That is a lot of fucking.
You've seen the size of their citadels? They're fucking large.
So you don't have anything magical?
I My friend, I do sell magic. I just sell practical magic. I sell shovels that don't let you get tired when you're digging. I sell. Oh, this is a popular one. And he sort of pulls over and he pulls out a set of pants. It's just like pants of never staining. Piss, shit, blood, anything will never touch these. It will leak into your boots, but that's not my problem.
Okay, I don't want to know who tested those out for you.
He takes a moment and thinks like, oh. Just sort of throws him in the shelf behind him. Hey, please, go. Look around my shop. I have things to solve every practical problem. Practical. Because I have a practical license to sell practical magic only.
I hear you, but I'm pretty sure that the time you spent making these, you must have spent some time making something non-practical. It's not like we're going to go around saying, he's selling things that are non-practical. He doesn't have a license. Who's going to tell him? Come on, come on. What you got behind the shelf there?
Make a persuasion check. My friend, I'm sorry that I cannot be of greater help in that regard, but maybe I have something else you can require. I have campsite in a box, in case you plan to be going any exploring here in the city, because I presume you don't want to, hoof it under the stars. Or here we go. An automatic flint and steel. Who wants to spend so much time lighting a torch, eh? Simpletons work.
I can create fire with my hands. I don't need your flint and steel. Now, last chance before I go check somewhere else. My friend here wants to punch things. Do you have anything to help him punch things more?
Or perhaps to to hold on to things better.
That's practical. Come on, something for grip.
True, and I do have some temporary adhesives, though it tends to take the skin off when you're done with them. If you're trying to do anything in combat, I would not trust them. They also take 2.5 minutes to apply. Sorry, no one here has a license to sell anything like that.
2.5 minutes? How is that practical? No one has time for that.
It's meant to help sailors. And some... Look, most of this shit I don't even make, alright? Some of this I have some local apprentices make, some of it I buy from sailors. Like, without a license to create, you're not making anything. I have license to sell.
So you have nothing here to sell that would help us. Nothing you've bought from sailors or anyone?
Let's just go. I don't think we're gonna get anything out of this.
Should I blow the place up before we leave?
Maybe not so much on the blowing up. I mean, I don't think we're like Skyrim Knights where we just get to do what we want and then tell them later that we're above them.
You do know I can still hear you. You are not even out of my fucking shop.
As we're walking out, I punch one of the windows.
Okay. Make a con saving throw.
Con save.
Let's see. Oh, I saw it say that. You take 4 lightning damage. As when punching it, it actually punches back with arcane force.
Oh, I don't break the glass?
No. It's not even actual glass. It's magic.
Oh. Well,
You essentially punched a force field.
Oh, okay.
Alright, that's it. Out.
Oh, he's got a license to make force field windows, but he can't make force field gloves.
I'm saying, right?
I had them imported.
Uh-huh. A likely story. And we storm out.
Alright.
Now what?
Fuck, I don't know.
Maybe.
Don't pretend like I'm our guiding star.
It's... Well, I mean, the time is still yours.
Yeah, but I also imagined we'd have 3 other people here, so.
Yeah. One of them should have been. Just have no idea where.
Maybe we should retcon the rest of the shopping trip.
I mean, if you want to just wait it out, you can. Like, you are going to be summoned back up into the castle later tonight. So if you just want to go chill in a bar, you can.
Yeah, I don't have anything to do.
I mean,
And I don't know, like, what we're doing next, or what we could theoretically do with 2 people.
yeah, that is kind of a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Do we want to maybe, like, put this on hold until maybe someone shows up, or...
Well, see, I know Armax can't show up tonight because he's moving into his place.
Right.
Although, ironically, when he gets done with that, him and Liana will be able to come up. I have no idea where fucking Will is. He said he'd be a little bit late.
Well, that was an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, alright.
I mean, let's table this for now, and we can come back to it later.
Alright. Well, if
Shopping
nothing...
montage.
I mean,
And Chuck mainly got to flex all over the place.
yep.
I got a shoulder rub. That was good.
There you go.
You also experienced the healing waters of the ethereal waters. Oh, that sounds awful when I say it out loud. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get drunk and sneak in there.